This is April Seeds, or your first agricultural research castle of Nigerian television in the capital city of Nigeria, Abuja. I am Hilda Hobsef Fantuam, and I'm here again with my guest, Mr. Lawal Olushola Lawal. He's here again to explore and educate us on the cultivation of the right variety of tomato. Tomato, don't worry. Don't go anywhere because he's going to give us an insight on controversies about some issues about tomato that you will not want to miss out. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this short break. Welcome back to the program. This is still Improved Seeds, your first agricultural television in the capital city of Nigeria. And my guest, Mr. Olushola Lawal. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you so much.
You're always ready to educate us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too much. Anything for the Nigerian farmer, yes. That is it. All right, we're talking about cultivation of improved variety of tomato. Now, can we have a brief history of tomato cultivation in Nigeria? How did it come? How did we start that? Where did it start from?
Yeah, good morning, Nigerians. Tomato is a common part of our delicacy.
Sure.
So, just like any other food crop, it comes by maybe the transmission usually by, if it's not been grown in Nigeria before, maybe by traveler, by traveling experiences, by trade. Those are the routes by which our cultivation of crop do transmit. But what I can say is that the cultivation of tomato is, it has been as a long time ago. As far as human existence.
Sure.
So because as far as we've been eating. So it has always been around. So
now, is tomato a vegetable or is a fruit?
Now, so this question is a very, very controversial one, and the controversy has been going on for ages. So agronomically,
yes,
it's a fruit.
Okay.
Yes. Agronomically, it's a fruit. Yes.
Okay.
With, is it cuisinely? Or with the use?
Yes.
Is a vegetable.
Okay.
It can also be considered as a spice. Not really, but a vegetable.
Yes.
Vegetable. Now, the idea behind a vegetable is anything that can be eaten as a dessert.
Yes.
That can be eaten raw, which tomato qualify. Now, in agronomically, any food item that developed from a flower is a fruit. Now, if that thing developed from a flower, it's a fruit. So if anybody is telling you tomato is a fruit, that person is right agronomically. But you will not say tomato is a fruit in kitchen or in a kitchen environment.
No.
Is a vegetable. Because fruits are usually known to have this natural sugar. That is the characteristic of which the tomato doesn't have in the kitchen department.
Okay.
So it qualifies as a vegetable.
And also,
it all depends on the angle where you are looking at it from.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We'll not drag that.
Yes.
We'll not drag that. Let's leave that.
That way.
All right. So now, what part of the country is best grown? The season is good for the cultivation of tomato.
The thing is that basically, food crop generally, they don't have specific agroecological zone. Food crops, like all these normal food crops, like maybe beans, tomato, pepper, food crop generally.
Okay.
If you can have the good agricultural practices, it can be grown anywhere, except for some crops like that are drought resistant. They have little requirement for water, like sorghum, millet. Those one, if you are doing them in place that is so much wet, you can have a problem. Where we usually have agroecological barrier is with the tree crop, because they have specific requirements for volume of rain, for humidity, for length of sunshine, and that is why you will see Saudi Arabia, for example. You will see date palm. Date palm.
Yes.
It does well there because that one is a desert crop, and it have requirement for very, very low humidity. It doesn't like a place where the water in the air is high, and it doesn't like water too much. Now, date palm is a palm, but the brother of date palm, which is the oil palm, cannot grow well in Saudi Arabia. It cannot be grown in Saudi Arabia because oil palm needs water. Not like it needs a waterlogged area, but it needs water. It needs sunshine and water. So that is that about that. But tomato can be grown anywhere in Nigeria. It can be grown anywhere in Nigeria.
And with the introduction of dry season irrigation and stuff,
yes, especially with the advent of greenhouse now, you can do so much with tomato. Greenhouse is breaking boundary in tomato and vegetable production because you'll be able to cultivate in an enclosed environment, and the yield you achieve in greenhouse, you achieve like double or even triple of what you achieve on the open field.
We'll come there.
Okay.
So now, how do you identify a good variety of tomato?
So good variety.
And what are some of the types of tomato, you know?
Now we have a whole lot of them. We have the beef, we have the Asira. Yeah, it depends. Now, what can be the best for you?
Might not be
the best for me. Sure. It depends on what you are looking at. A farmer that is looking at an early maturing tomato will go for a tomato that will mature, that will start fruiting, that will be ready for harvest within 60 to 50 days. That is the best variety for me. Now, a tomato farmer that is looking at, I'm looking at a tomato that will be compact, a tomato that will have less water content because of storage or because of processing. We'll be looking at another variety. So we have close to 50 variety. So it depends on what
the farmer wants.
Requirements you want. Do you want an early maturing one, or you want
a fleshy one,
a bigger one, or the one that the harvesting time will be longer? It depends on your own specification. On your own specification and the market you want to supply, the market you are targeting will now depend, this is the best variety I should settle for. Because I'm targeting to get to market at this time. So let me go for the short term maturing. So I'm not really bothered with the time. I can go for anyone. I'm bothered about the size. I'm bothered about the water content of the tomato. So that's what you will consider in selecting the variety.
Okay. Now you were about going into the output of outdoor or indoor cultivation. So what is the best method in planting
tomato? So one of the problems we usually face in tomato is the problem of flower abortion. We call it flower abortion, and this usually occur at the peak of the dry season, at the peak of the rain season, when we have heavy and powerful rain. When this happens and your tomato is flowering at that time, the impact of the rain affects the flowers, and it results into flower abortion. And when flowers abortion happen, don't forget, flower is the one that will give birth to the fruit. When flower abortion happen, it will reduce the percentage of the fruit you'll be having. So that is the reason, one of the reasons why you usually see that during this kind of period, the tomato price will rise, because tomato doesn't do well at that time. It doesn't do well at that time.
The fruit.
Yeah, water rottens the fruit, and there is high incidence of nematode and fungal diseases because of the humidity and the wet condition of the. So getting back to your question, you say the best condition
the favorable. Let's
condition,
not use best
whether
now.
the favorable, whether the open field or the
indoor.
Research has shown and experiences have shown that not only tomato, vegetables, tomato, cucumber, pepper, bell pepper, carrots, strawberry, all this, cabbage, they will perform better in the enclosed environment, which is the greenhouse. They will perform better than what the performance you will have in the open field. And there are so many factors responsible for this, because when you are farming in the greenhouse, it's like farming in a controlled environment. You can control your water, you can control your so many factors, your light, your water, your nutrients. Farming in the open field, for example, you don't have control over many things. The water, the light, and so on and so much. And you are exposed to factors like pests. Now, in an open field, pests, you have to spray all this, fight a lot of pests. But when you are farming in a greenhouse, the condition is enclosed. You have little pests. So you have little pests to tackle. So those are the factors that, and also you regulate the water. The water you'll be giving inside the greenhouse is going directly to the root, not to the body of the tomato. When you have rain showering on the body of plants, research has shown that it promotes fungal diseases. Because plants don't need water on their body. They need water at the root. That is one of the problems of open field cultivation. So the damper will come, splash will happen. And when splashes happen, the soil is full of germs and diseases. It also transmits soil-borne diseases, apart from the fungal diseases. So, and these are the things that will not happen in the greenhouse. So those are the factors that are responsible for. You will even come out with cleaner products in the greenhouse because of reduced pests, reduced splashes, and that is the reason why supermarkets go for products from the greenhouses.
All right, that is interesting. Now, from your seedling or from your seed, what is the duration that takes a farmer from the seeds to the nursery to be transplanted?
Now, what is usually advisable now is for you to plant seedlings. Seedlings. If you want to use seed, you have to raise it. You don't plant tomato seed directly. It's not advisable. So you raise your seedling in a nursery. So when they are at 3 weeks, they are ready to be transplanted. So from transplanting, we have variety that starts. You can start harvesting from 55 days, 60 days. But within 60 to 80 days, you should start harvesting. Because they have a short life cycle. And the harvesting can go on for as much as 3 months. You continue to harvest. Continue to harvest.
So from the seedling to from the seeds now to seedling. Then from seedling to transplanting. So between the seeds to transplant, how many weeks?
From the seed to raise a seedling, it will take you like 3 weeks. So when you now have a seedling to transplanting, it depends on the variety. Some variety you can get 60 days. Some variety you can get 55 days. Some 70, some 80 days. But maximum of 80 days. So then you start harvesting. So the moment you see a flower, when you see a tomato plant flowering, within 2 weeks, you will harvest something.
I thought it's going to be an interesting topic, and it is really interesting. Now we get to know that tomato can be a fruit and can be a vegetable. Now, let's not go there. If you're enjoying the topic, you stay right there. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, we'll talk about the diseases and the pests and how to, of course, to control them.
Yes.
This is still Improve City, your first agricultural television in the capital city of Abuja. We'll be right back.
Yes.
Welcome back. This is still Improve Seeds, and we're talking about the best variety of cultivation of tomato, which can be a vegetable and also a fruit. Now it's left for you to decide the function where you want to fit it. So right, so we talked about the cultivation, that is from the seeds to the transplanting, 3 weeks, maximum of 80 days, and you start harvesting your fruits. And there are a lot of varieties of tomato depending on what you want. Is it the fruits? Is it the pest? Is it whatever it is? You go for the right type of tomato you want. So now, sir, tell us, what are some of the diseases and pests that affect our tomatoes?
So just like any other crop, tomato also have pests and diseases that affect them. So, but the common one, we have the one that are bacteria driven. We have the one that are nematode driven and fungal driven diseases. So we have a whole lot of them. We have the blight, we have the black spot, we have the so many to just to mention. So, but the most important thing is that diseases, there are some factors that predispose crop to diseases. So what is most important is that when farmer puts in place good agricultural practices, when you use improved and certified seed, you'll be able to prevent to a very large extent many of these diseases. So, and when you practice good agricultural practice, use good seedlings or good seed, you'll be able to prevent. So one of the ways by which you can prevent disease, apart from good seed and agricultural practice, is by way of avoiding water on the body of the crop. That is why drip irrigation is being advised the most. So another thing is that staking is very, very important. Apart from the fact that staking will help the tomato to produce more, it also prevents the tomato from crawling on the ground, which will prevent the tomato from being infected with a number of soil-borne diseases. So these are the things. So the other ones that may be coming can be taken care of with the use of nematicide, with the use of fungicide, and so on.
So how do you identify an infected?
Like black spot now. That one will be identified on the body. You see a dot black on the body of the fruit. And also like in nematode disease, you will see the leaf of the tomato turning brown. So those are the signs and symptoms of some of the disease. And sometimes you just see flower abortion. It can be due to bacterial diseases. Yes.
Got it. All right, now let's get to the harvest.
But when you practice good agricultural practice, you take good care of your farm, you weed regularly, you use good seedling, you stake, and you do all these things. You'll be able to do away with like 80% of these diseases. Yes.
All right. Some people use ash.
Yes.
As local organic. It's possible. Won't it burn to the leaf?
No, if you are using hash has been confirmed to have some kind of nematicidal properties to fight some nematode in the soil. So it's a kind of it has the properties of being a nematicide. So it also has some importance in fighting these diseases.
All right, let's talk about the harvesting now.
Yeah.
How do you harvest? Best way of harvesting,
Yeah.
the favorable way of harvesting tomato, the processing, and the storage.
So during harvesting, it's very, very important farmers pay attention to how they harvest. So you don't pull tomato.
Okay,
Yeah, you cut.
you cut
Yeah, you cut it gently, because if you pull, you'll be dragging
from
the whole plant, and that can result into shock and even flower abortion. So you cut gently, you remove gently, and depending on the market you want to supply. If maybe you need to transport for like a day or two, you harvest it when they are mature and not fully ripe. Do you get it?
Yes.
Not fully ripe. But when the market, when the supplier, when the people you want to supply are at your gate, you can harvest when they are fully ripe. Because when they are fully ripe, the storability reduces. So, but when you have to transport it to a further place, maybe a day or two, you harvest it when they are mature, but not fully ripe, still having some kind of green. That one will give you the opportunity to transport. When you are transporting, the ripening will be going on, and you'll be able to save some post-harvest losses. And harvesting happens in a space of 3 days, 3 to 4 days.
Okay.
4 days. Immediately your tomato start fruiting, you start harvesting every 3 days. So tomato, as we all know it's a food crop. It's something we all eat in our delicacy. It doesn't have a cultural barrier. Everybody, whether Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, we eat tomato in our soup.
In everything.
In everything.
Almost everything.
Yeah, almost everything. And it's also contained in salad. So it's something except you are not eating, you will not eat tomato. So, and it's something like tomato have this advantage, like you can do it at the backyard.
Yes.
You can do it in a sack. Do you get it?
Yes.
So if you can get your things ready, you can do it in a sack at your backyard. And the harvesting we can go on for like 2 months, 3 months.
Oh.
You continue to harvest,
especially
in the greenhouse.
Yes, especially. Okay. I know we came across this particular tomato that has this. It was growing. We tried sticking it.
Okay.
It died. It dried off.
Wow.
Yes. So we allowed it to go
on
the ground. Then the fruit again was now contacting the ground, the soil, and it was spoiling. So we actually didn't know what to do.
Wrong.
What was wrong? So what do you think might be the problem?
The most important thing is that if you want to plant tomato, don't take seed from your harvest.
Oh,
yeah, that's a mistake many farmers do, and it's not only with tomato.
Okay.
It's all crop. If you take seed from your harvest, that thing is no more seed. Those are grains, and you want to plant it. It will not give you
the yield
of that. So go to an agro store or a company, buy certified seed. A certified seed, no matter what, will perform better. So, and then you plant and you stick. Staking is very, very important in tomato.
But we tried it and
maybe the tomato, I don't know, because I don't have the full detail of what type of tomato.
Yeah.
So staking is very, very important. It will enhance the fruiting. It will also prevent it from soil-borne diseases.
All right. So for a farmer or for an individual who wants to go into farming, tomato farming, what are some of the do's and don'ts that he or she must take cognizance of?
Yeah, you must take cognizance of, especially if you are farming in the open field.
Okay.
You must take cognizance of the season, the time you want to establish.
Okay.
So as to avoid your tomato flowering at the peak of the rainy season.
Okay.
Because at the peak of the rainy season, there's so much flower abortion and there's so much fungal diseases. Okay. That is why you will see tomato perform better in the dry season, towards the dry season.
Okay.
They will fruit better because the conditions are drier, and which also means fewer diseases and all these soil-borne and fungal diseases. So that is what you should take note of. Another thing is that good agricultural practices, from your land preparation, from your seed selection, from your management and weeding, is very, very important. You cannot have a farm that is full of weed and you will not be expecting pests and disease to attack your farm. It is very important. The more you manage your farm, the more yielding you should be expecting. So the more bush or something you are having on your farm, the more pest attack, the more disease on your farm.
All right. So the farmer should take note of good seeds,
management, preparation, staking, very, very important.
Okay.
And if you have your way, do drip irrigation for tomato. Drip irrigation for tomato. Meaning delivering water at the root. If you have your way, there's what we call drip irrigation. Especially for people who are doing dry season farming in tomato. It will save you a whole lot of stress bothering yourself with tomato disease.
Because you earlier on stated that tomato does not want water on its body, on the root. So the drip will now go directly to the root.
And you will be able to conserve water and save yourself fighting diseases. So later ending up at our farmer, we have to thank them. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you.
Thank you to our Joy in appreciating your efforts, and we need to put more, and we need to encourage our farmers. The government needs to wake up to see that they assist them wherever they call upon them. And thank God for the minister who is ever ready with the president, to see that they contribute and really this SDG goals, to fight hunger,
malnutrition, and all those
and others
things,
is achievable. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching and always keeping in a date with us. We cannot do it without you. This way we wrap it up on the program today. If you were intrigued and educated, I urge you to keep watching more of the programs and keep a date with us next time for another interesting topic. Maybe it will be him again or another very, very educative and enlightening guest. Thank you so much for being part of the program. Thank you so much, Mr. Lawal.
You're welcome,
all right.
Always my pleasure.
I remain Hilda Hobson Francois saying, put your hands together. Let's kick off hunger and then save the world. Have a nice day and take good care of yourself.